Welcome to The Flight, a consumable curation of champions and catastrophes that is considerate of your chronometer. I am Chris Copleen, here again as your co-host from the Retro Hangover podcast, joined by the ever lovable Dick Dragon. He's so cute, you can just pet his little Dick Dragon. Shane Koski.
It's so fluffy, you could die.
Yes, it'll just curl around you. As I am wont to do, I am not knowing where I'm going with this. But we are here to give you another flight, another list that has been chosen and nominated by our patrons. These topics are all nominated by our patrons and voted on by them. And this one is the top best boys in video games. What does that mean? What does best boy mean, Shane?
What? It's the bestest boys, the proudest puppers, the most dangerous. No, what's a good positive adjective?
Dainty, dapper,
dapper. Yes, dapper doggos in video games. It's dogs. It's the best dogs in video games.
Gotta have to give a quick shout out to Keith from the Main Quest, because I think he did this on his Instagram last year or something like that. He had a nice little competition for the doggos. But now it's our turn.
That's right.
To talk about our favorite dogs. Arf. I was about to say arf. But it's time for this to go. And I think we'll just kick this right off, Shane. And I think dogs is I have some dogs. I didn't have dogs for most of my life, but I have dogs now. Do you have dogs? Or have you had dogs?
Do you like dags? So no,
Turtles.
I don't. I don't right now. We always had dogs when I was growing up, but I've got my two murder mittens here, my two cats. So I guess that means that you are qualified to kick us off. So why don't you start out with your first pick for bestest boy?
Number 5.
So my first best boy, my best doggo, number 5, is the dog from Earthbound.
Oh, nice.
I think he's a great dog. He follows you into uncertain danger at the beginning of the game, and he is smart enough to know that he is in over his head, and he says, fuck this, I'm out. Has a personality, does damage when your friend Pokey won't, little bastard, and you go home and he's always happy to see you in his own way, you could say, or in their own way. So a good doggo from Earthbound, always happy to see them. Very well designed. He is a good boy. He is a best boy, and he doesn't care for violence unless he's doing it. So yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I was always disappointed that he never would rejoin your party for like the remainder of the game. Like I would have much rather taken him over some of my other party members for sure.
Oh, certainly, yes. Give me the dog.
Yeah. All right. Starting off my list of the Dapper Doggos is KK Slider from Animal Crossing. He is a good boy. All he cares about is traveling the world of Animal Crossing and bringing his artistry in music to you at a certain time every Saturday evening. I mean, what is there not to love, right? Like he's a cute pupper. He's pretty bitchin' on the guitar. He takes requests, so he'll play whatever you want to hear. And he's just an all around like chill guy. He's like the guy in college who had an acoustic guitar, except if like he wasn't annoying and just wanted to play Wonderwall at every one of your parties. Like he's a chill dude.
And his microphone smells like weed and beer.
I think his probably just smells like begging strips.
So he's into edibles. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to mess up his lungs, but still wants to feel all right. You got to feel the music, man.
Number 4.
My number 4 is I think this is the name. I'm not sure. I had to do some digging. Is Yamato from Shadow Dancer. And yes, it is as kind of as I think of almost consider this the lost Shinobi game. It's a fantastic game, by the way. It's my second favorite Shinobi. You have a dog companion. I'm talking about the Genesis version specifically, because I think it's better than the arcade version, and certainly better than the Master System version. But your dog can go and hold on to enemies while you attack them, and you can summon them. He's a good boy. He follows you into battle and is willing to do whatever. And if he gets hurt, and you let him get hurt, then he can't help you anymore because you failed him. But he'll come back because he's a dog, and dogs are loyal and faithful. So you can summon him, and he will latch on to one of your enemies, and as he's biting them, you can throw your shurikens at them and kill them because he is a good boy that takes down evil ninjas. You're a good ninja, and he's a good boy.
I love it. Is there at any point where he's in like a little doggy ninja costume?
No, but he turns into a pupper if he gets hit, like a really small puppy, which is cute.
That
but
is cute.
You don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that, though.
Gotcha. Well, my number 4 is perhaps the complete opposite of helpful.
Okay.
The Shiba Inu mastermind behind the events of Silent Hill 2.
Oh, he is the most helpful.
Canonically. So yeah, if you get one of the secret funny endings to Silent Hill 2, then James discovers that everything that has occurred up until that point was all of the machinations of a Shiba Inu with a headset on. Kind of like what's his name? The architect? Is that what it was in the Matrix? Like that guy with all the television screens who could see everything. It's like that, but a doggo. And like, James shows up and he's like, "What? You've been behind all of this?" And then he just falls to his knees in despair, and the dog just happily jumps down from the chair and licks his face. And he's just like, "You know what? Everything's going to be okay." And like, honestly, knowing how the story of Silent Hill 2 goes and everything, I actually feel like that's probably the best possible ending.
I wish that was the canonical ending.
Yeah, just getting the dog. Yeah, but yes, the hyper intelligent Shiba Inu controlling the town of Silent Hill is my number 4.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Red 13 from Final Fantasy VII, because what list of mine would be complete? What list of mine would not be complete without a Final Fantasy game? I need to have something in here, right?
True.
And, Red 13 is one of the few characters in Final Fantasy VII that isn't a complete and total piece of shit. So, you know what? I got to give him props. And you know what? He doesn't let one of your main characters put their fist up his ass. And I got to appreciate that. He's no one's bitch. I guess that's an appropriate term, to let someone launch them after putting their fist up their butt, like you see in Final Fantasy VIII. So I got to give it to Red 13. He's also still alive 500 years after the game, canonically, in accordance with the game, unless Square retconned it, and I don't acknowledge that, because Red 13 is the best boy in that game, and he rules. So Red 13 is my number 3.
It's funny because the FF8 dog cannon almost made it onto my list.
Fisting doggos.
That's right. All right. My number 3, the middle of the pack, such as it is. The dog companion from Fable 2. He is a loyal boy, and he's also entirely integral to your experience in Fable 2. He's there for you basically in every scenario. He helps out in combat. You can pick up books to teach him like new tricks and things. Like he's just, and actually, I mean, I got I don't know, spoilers, I guess, for Fable 2 in case you're concerned about that. But this dog will take a bullet for you. So like, it's a serious business. He is one of the bestest boys.
Number 2.
All right, my number 2 is Korumaru from Persona 3. Yes, the adorable pupper that joins your party and has a blade in his mouth and kills enemies for you. You're noticing a theme. I like doggos that kill enemies with you and are part of your party as a loyal companion. And Korumaru is one of those puppers. He is a great companion. He's a great party member. He doesn't bog you down with any needless social links or boring conversations, which can happen a lot in the Persona games. Fortunately, there's not a ton of those in Persona 3, and I mean, that's one of the reasons Persona 3 is probably the best Persona, probably not stylistically, but it's my favorite. He is a doggo that will join you into the never-ending maze that is the Tartarus. So, whatever dog is willing to go into the Tartarus, which I think is like a Greek thing for death or something like that, is a good loyal doggo that you should be able to take with you wherever you go. Go Koromaru, you are amazing.
Well, interestingly enough, I guess number two's has a theme because my pupper also has a sword in his mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, and that is Sif, the Great Gray Wolf from Dark Souls. He is man, I never thought out of any of the Souls games that there would be a boss that I would like regret having to fight. But it's definitely Sif. There's really no way. There was a rumor going around for a while that there was a way that you could avoid fighting him, but unfortunately that is not true. And you do have to fight him in order to progress the story. But you know what? Sif didn't really deserve it. He was just a loyal boy. Like, he was the companion of Artorias the Knight. And when you find him, he is standing guard over Artorias's grave to protect his master's gravesite, as well as the magical ring that Artorias had that you eventually end up getting once you kill his poor dog. And yeah, like he's a loyal boy. And also he's just fucking cool because he's a big ass like gray wolf, like the size of a friggin' school bus. And he's got a big great sword that he holds like the hilt in his mouth, and he just whirls that thing around. And like the way that he like leaps around the battlefield and stuff. He's also very lithe, very graceful. He's a cool doggo. So Sif is pretty awesome, and I wish that I didn't have to fight him as a matter of course to get through Dark Souls, because he doesn't deserve it. He was just doing right by his master. So Sif is my number 2.
now I can't play Dark Souls. Thank you.
Number 1.
My number 1 is the most predictable doggo in all of video games. There couldn't be any other doggo that I could possibly pick. And that's because my number 1 is Rush from Mega Man.
Ah,
Why?
shocker.
Why? How could anyone pick any other video game dog? And I'm sure you did, Shane. But like it's gotta be Rush. This is Mega Man's loyal dog that has taken him into Wily's castle time after time after time after time after time. I mean, people who played Mega Man got tired of this shit because of the same thing over and over and over again. But you know who didn't? Rush. Why? Because Rush is a good boy that will stand by Mega Man the entire time. Even when there's another cooler looking dog with treble, he doesn't falter. And he becomes body armor, I think, at some point, too. What dog do you know becomes body armor? Rush does. And he's a jet, and he's a submarine, and he's a pogo stick, and he's all sorts of shit, okay? Name me a dog that is more versatile than Rush. I'll wait. Rush is amazing. He is the best dog of all time. He will defend Mega Man. Even though Mega Man has to really do everything. But look, I can't think of a better mascot, a better dog, a better addition to the series than Rush the dog. He's amazing. Number 1 dog is Rush.
It's a solid and also 100% predictable pick.
Yes.
I knew that's what you were going to go with. Well, my number 1 is also probably not entirely surprising. I mean, I guess maybe the most surprising part of it is I didn't put the Dark Souls pick at number 1.
Yeah.
But it is Dog Meat from Fallout, because he's the fucking bestest of boys. Now, technically, Dog Meat was in the earlier isometric Fallout games, in like Fallout 2. But he didn't really like come into his own. He didn't really shine as your irreplaceable companion, in my opinion, until Fallout 3. I think that's when you, at least for me, that's when I really got that like connection with him. Because you got to think about it, right? Like, if you are this lone wanderer in this nuclear post-apocalyptic wasteland. You don't have really any people. You don't have friends around. You can't really trust anyone you come across because it's some Mad Max ass shit out there. So anybody could be up for just murdering you for your clothes, or your ammo or whatever. But you know what you do have? You do have this pupper that you find fending off a bunch of, like, I think it was raiders or something, in a junkyard, and you're like, yes, this dog kicks ass. And then he's with you the rest of your adventure, and he's reliable. Like, he will be the first one to just jump up and like muckle onto a fucking mutant or whatever to like help you out. He will do damage. He will scare people off, like, highway raiders and stuff will just be like, ah, fuck this dog. I wasn't doing anything wrong, and like run away. And he even carries your shit for you. He doubles as like a little fucking pupper pack mule so that you can carry more of your scrap shit that you find, because it's a Bethesda game and there's a billion things to pick up. So yeah, dog meat's fucking amazing. And he's like your bestest friend when, the world goes to shit and there's no one else there, but you've got your pupper. Also, bonus fun fact, River, the actual dog that Dog Meat's model was based on, won the award for best video game dog in 2015 and got a little golden fire hydrant trophy for it, and it's fucking adorable. So there you go.
That's awesome. I like how we had all different picks though. I'm liking this, and you're predicting what I'm picking, and I think I have a tendency to do the same because I wanted to stay away from dog meat for that very reason. That I've never played Fallout 3. I'm surprised you didn't pick Amaterasu.
I almost did. That's basically an honorable mention. Also, Poochie from Yoshi's Island. Poochie's pretty cool.
Sure.
What? He's cute.
I didn't say no.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I also wanted to say the dogs from Narc. Honorable mention.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Because they're annoying as shit. And you could blow them up.
Well, maybe different reasons, but yeah, sure.
You get to take their drugs.
Oh, well, there you go.
Drugged up doggos.
Never mind. Throw everything else out. That's the number one for everything.
He's a dog on coke.
Well, I guess on that note, that kind of wraps our list of the bestest boys in video games. And this is, of course, not exhaustive. There are others, as we kind of mentioned, but
yes,
I think these are pretty good lists, and very personalized to us. And I did appreciate that there wasn't any crossover. I thought maybe, if for nothing else, I thought there might be a chance you were going to have KK Slider somewhere, but I'm glad that we had different picks. So
same.
Yeah. So at any rate, that's gonna do it for us on this one. It's a little bit shorter than normal, but hey, you know what? We did want these to be considerate of your chronometer, so there you are. Kind of reeling it back a little bit. If you want to check out the show beyond just this episode, then please head on over to Linktree/Retro Hangover, where you will find all of the RHP related items, including our social accounts, as well as our YouTube channel and the Twitch streams and our Patreon and merch store, all that fun stuff. Go over there, take a gander, become a patron if you want to support the show that way. Get some access to some cool bonus content. We put out so much stuff. It's crazy. I don't even know how we have the time to do it, and I'm sure our wives don't either. But that's a different story. So
no comment.
So Chris, what anything you want to throw out there? You want to tell them about the Twitch or something else? What you got?
Hey, twitch.tv/retro hangover. Maybe you could watch us play a game with the dog.
Ooh.
Not guaranteed, but maybe. So head over to twitch.tv/retro hangover and give us a follow. Even if you don't like to watch Twitch, just give us a follow. It makes me feel at least more important. And I don't necessarily need that. My ego is too inflated anyway at times. But if you give us a follow, I would feel very, very happy about that. So twitch.tv/retro hangover. Come out, hang out, see what we're talking about. Usually is ridiculous, and I love it. And that's why I love our chat. Our chat is some of the best chats in the world. Believe me, they're tremendous. Just head over twitch.tv/retro hangover, and I apologize for any references I may have made. Shane?
Just a blanket statement. All right. Well, I guess with all of that being said, until next time.
Play with your bitches getting boned joysticks.